everybody! Do you like oxtail? I mean, as a food. Today, I'm going to show you how to make Korean style oxtail soup. In Korean, it's called Sokkoritang. Kori is tail, ox is so. This is one of my cookbook recipes, my new cookbook. See, if you have my cookbook, check out page 97. See, a lot of process photos here. So probably when you read this book, no problem, following this recipe. But some of you guys still want a video. So let's get started. We need sokkori, oxtail. Tail, it has a lot of meat inside. That's why people love that. Kind of fun to eat, just meat from the bones. Oxtail you can find anywhere, including Korean store and any normal grocery store. You can find the oxtail so easily. We soak these bones for a long time. Just at least 3 hours in advance. I just soak in cold water and also changing water a couple of times. And so this water is almost clear. You can soak this even overnight. You need around 2.5 pounds to 3 pounds of oxtails. It makes 4 servings. So now I'm boiling my water. You will see how it turns out so milky. I'm boiling 10 cups of water, really boiling, and I'm going to blanch this. Three pounds of oxtail. And cover this. I'm going to blanch these bones for 12 minutes. After 12 minutes, I will just rinse this again. So 12 minutes passed. Look at this. All this brownish stuff and fat also floating. And turn off. I'm going to drain and wash these old bones. Look at this water. That's a kind of a brownish water and also smelly. Wash in cold water. And wash this part too. I just washed my big pot because we are going to use this pot today. So I'm going to put all this clean bones here. Depending on the bones, the oxtail is too much fat. You need to trim this. Mine is very good, so I don't have to trim this. So clean. I always add radish, Korean radish. So I just peeled and washed this, and I'm going to add around 1.5 pounds. This is about 1.5 pounds. And just cut half. And then add this here. To make this broth tasty, I'm going to add 4 large garlic cloves and mince. Garlic and 2 teaspoons salt, 16 cups of water, and cover this and boil. I'm going to cook this until it's really boiling, and then I will turn down the heat. So I cook this for 25 minutes. So now, really boiling. And I'm going to turn down the heat to between medium and medium low. So from now on, cook for 2 hours. You boil too long time, and then all this meat is gone. Only you get the bone. So you make instead of oxtail soup, you make a bone broth. So that's why this timeline is very important. See you soon. My house smells so good. This soup and so kind of a nutty smell. Wonderful. And just now keep boiling. Meanwhile, let's make a seasoning paste. So I'm going to use 1 clove of garlic. And make a seasoning paste. The soy sauce, 1 tablespoon. Korean hot pepper flakes, 고춧가루 2 tablespoons. And sesame oil, 1 tablespoon. And mix. This seasoning paste is optional. If you don't like to eat spicy food, just skip it. Okay, seasoning paste is done. These are green onion. So I use 대파. 대파 is large green onion. For each person, I usually use quarter cup sliced 대파. But if you don't have 대파, use just normal green onions. 4 to 6 green onion, chop it up. Slice thin. I'll put this in the bowl. I'm making my rice. Okay, done. 2 hours passed. So let's see. I'll use my skimmer and take it out. Nice. Radish also taken out. Well cooked. You see, this meat is still intact to the bone. So nicely cooked. Very hot. I need to cool down this. So check out this broth. Very milky. Oh, one more. This is a garlicky and really delicious broth. There's a lot of fat. We should get rid of this floating fat. How I get rid of this floating fat? I always let it cool down. Usually winter time, in the cold winter time, I put this in the outside of a house or on my patio, and just hours later, floating fat it solidifies. So really white and look like a cheese. So you gotta get rid of this easily. In case of summertime, you need to cool down first at room temperature. It takes time, and then keep in the refrigerator and keep this in around several hours until the floating fat turns hard. So what am I going to do? Do you think that I should wait several hours from now on? I can't. Why? Tell me. Why? I gotta make a video. I gotta finish my video. Last night, I made the same amount of oxtail soup. I keep in the refrigerator. So I will bring it several hours later, what it should look like and how I do this. Look at this. Floating fat is like one layer. If I keep this in the refrigerator, it will look like this. So I need to remove this. Let's collect the fat. You see? Heat up. First, radish. Let's see radish. This. Just cut bite-sized pieces, around a half-inch thick. I'll show you 2 ways of serving. Just using earthenware pot or just the usual ceramic bowl. First, green onion. Put some green onion here, around 1/4 cup. And radish, around 6 or 7. So still we have some leftover for 2 more people. First, let's start with how I serve this with earthenware. Turn on the heat and pour this. And boil until this is vigorously boiling. This is a ceramic bowl and meat. You can just put this in here, make it hot. And just wait until hot and soft. Now this is hot enough. Okay. Also put some broth. I will switch this one here to make it hot quickly. High heat. And this is my rice. And when you serve this, salt and pepper, you can add salt to your taste. So salt, and this is a seasoning paste. And this is 깍두기. 깍두기, always I make a 깍두기 because 깍두기 go well together, this kind of soup. And this is kind of special, I made this, sliced the cod and made pancake, cod pancake, coated with some flour and egg and pan cooked. Let me taste, I will eat this one with right now. I need to add salt. Salt. Let's taste. Good. Ground black pepper. This one is a non-spicy version. Ah, so good. Very simple and just clear soup and so good. And no, not fatty at all. I'll just eat this with rice. 깍두기, cubed radish kimchi. All these recipes on my website. I will eat this bone and grab this hot. Yummy, yummy. Salt, put some salt. So delicious. That's why Sokkoritang is very popular, because the meat is very delicious. This meat is very soft, tender, and juicy. Also lots of collagen. Collagen is good for your skin. Yeah. The meat is just melting in my mouth. Look at that. Meanwhile, it's boiling now. So this is the spicy seasoning paste. I will make this spicy. So I will just add this amount. Cold pancake. Remind me of one of my readers. He used to live in Korea. He had a Korean wife, but for some reason they split. He emailed me. He says, my ex-wife, she used to make this oxtail soup. So I just check out your website. There is no recipe for oxtail soup. So I like to request this oxtail soup. He just sent me a message like that. Good food is hard to forget, isn't it? Today we made oxtail soup, 소꼬리탕. Enjoy my recipe. See you next time. Bye.